Hi, I'm Dabby, but you can call me Dabz. So today I'm going to be reviewing Other Words for Home by Jasmine Warga. So basically this is one of the books that I read during my stay home reading rush, and I read this for the challenge Read a Book with a House on the Cover. If you haven't seen my stay-at-home reading rush TBR or my 2 vlogs for day 1 and 2 and day 3 and 4, you should go check those out if you want. So basically today, I'm going to be reviewing this book because on the vlog for day 1 and day 2 where I read this book, I said that I'm probably going to be reviewing this book. Hi. Okay, so I just finished Other Words for Home by Jasmine Warga, and I really liked it. It was really cool, and I'm probably going to be doing a book review on it, so if you're interested in that book, stay tuned for that book review. So now's that review. Oh, also before we start, look at the cover. I really love this style, because I love drawing people, and I don't know, I just really like the style of drawing of the person, and also how the home and the sky and stuff is in the hijab. That's cool. So this book is about a Syrian girl named Jude, and it's about how she seeks refuge in America, and she has to make new friends, she has to learn English, the language, and she has to learn and experience the culture while still remembering and celebrating her own culture. And I've read a lot of books like this. Some examples are Almost American Girl, Inside Out and Back Again. I can't really think of that many right now. So this book was super cute. I really liked it. And like I said before, I know that it's kind of cliche, but and there are a lot of stories about this topic, but I really like I said before, books about characters coming into a new place. Most of the time it's America, and kind of having to make new friends, learn the language, and learn the culture and stuff like that, and how they kind of struggle through it, but in the end it's kind of good for them. And I also like how each of those books, or most of them that I've read so far, they have bits of the main character's ethnicity in them. For example, in this book it has a little bit of Syrian culture, and in, for example, Almost American Girl, which is about a Korean girl who used to live in Korea coming to America and having to learn all that stuff, it shows some culture, some Korean culture, and I really like how we kind of get to learn a little bit about the character's ethnicity while reading this book. I also feel I really liked the diversity of the characters in this book. For example, there was a Chinese character, there was a Korean character, there was a Syrian character, and I think there was a Lebanese character. I really enjoyed seeing that much diversity in one book, but I also feel I wish there was more of these. I wish that we got to know a little bit more about Chinese, the Chinese character, the Korean character, or I don't know, I just wish there was more to it. So basically, this book, the format of this book was in a poetry kind of format. So it was I'm gonna show you a page. So that's the kind of format, and it's a kind of poetry format. And I feel it's not only the format of the story that made it kind of seem like poetry, but also kind of the vocabulary and the language in it. I feel there were some very poetic and interesting word choices in this book, but I also feel the format didn't really do that much for me, because I feel if it was just in regular sentences, then it would have been the same type of story. I feel this book would have still been okay in sentences, but I thought that was kind of cool. Another book that is kind of this, I mentioned it before, is called Inside Out and Back Again. The book Inside Out and Back Again was also in this kind of poetic, poetry format, and had a poetic vocabulary. But that's not the only similarity between this book and that book. Another similarity is it was about a character having to come to America, and it was also to seek refuge. And the character was originally from Vietnam, and it was the time of like the Vietnam War, and she came to America and she had to learn this new language. She had to like make new friends, like experience America without really knowing anything about it. And it's very similar to this book. I really like that book. So overall, I really like this book. I think it was very inspiring and beautiful, and I would give it around 4 out of 5 stars. The ending to me was very like, I was pretty satisfied with it, but when I got to the end, I didn't know it was the end. Like, I kind of wish there was a little more, but I think it was okay how it ended, but I feel like the story would have been better as a whole if it ended off a little, like if the author gave a little more. And I feel like this book is a really great book, and I really loved it, but I feel like it's not a book that pops out amongst other books. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, it's not super memorable. Like, if I was reading like Renegades or like Hunger Games or I don't know, maybe The Girl Who Drank the Moon, for example. Like, those books really popped out to me amongst other books. Like, they were really great and they were like super different, while this book, I really did enjoy it. It just wasn't like above and beyond, you know? So that would be the end of my book review. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, then like this video and subscribe for more content like this. Happy reading!